All right, so I asked for hot takes and you guys replied. I'm actually surprised by the amount of people who just gave opinions, because not many of these are hot, but there'll be some spicy ones down the line. Also, thank you guys so much. There's way more replies than I thought I was gonna get, so thank you very much. Let's just get right into it. But very special thanks to Rio on Optimal Punish for the art, commissioned it, and came out very nice. But without further ado, let's get started. First take, content creators have the most power and influence in the future of SSF2's development. I'm gonna assume we're talking about development within the community because the devs don't care about us. Within the community, I understand that people do think content creators have a lot of sway, and they do, but I think it's just having an opinion and getting it out there. Not a lot of people are trying to push anything, and with content creators, obviously, if you have opinion, it's gonna be well edited, well spoken, and shipped off to everybody. It's easier that way, so I'm not gonna say content creators have the most, but a very strong amount of influence. I'm sure if somebody like Tiller Godly had a really strong opinion, they could make change too. So Sandbag is fun, he's S tier, it's in his name, and people didn't try him out often to see. He's definitely not fun to play against. S tier, nah, he doesn't have good matchups. He's very polarizing, so he can win those matchups, but they're pretty bad. When people just didn't try him out often enough, nah, there are a lot of sandbags out there. And I feel like we know a lot of what this character can do. Not a great take, I'll say. Tails would be top 15 minimum if people played him like melee puff. That's just not possible, right? Because you need to have good air mobility, and Tails doesn't have that. If you want to play Tails annoying, maybe. Even at that, Tails is not that great of a character. And top 15 minimum is such a like an arbitrary number. Like, no, sure, I don't care. SF2's frame times are god-awful and need fixing. The game feels awful to look at sometimes. Frame times? Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know. The game is pretty ugly at times. 60 FPS would make this game look very pretty. If you ever go from like Melee to this game, you notice such a big change. It's pretty huge. If we're gonna fix how the game looks, I'm down. Tournaments are way less fun to watch because they used replays for matches. I understand why they do it, but as a spectator, it is just infinitely more fun to watch someone stream on Discord rather than watching a Twitch stream. I agree. And you would think that this is not a hot take, but it surprisingly is. Obviously, watching something live, nobody knows the outcome, not even the players, is so much more fun, obviously. But the streamers end up doing it the replay way because it's so much more simple. Just pop in a replay, get two people watching it, you're done. So the question actually is whether or not it's worth it to put through that extra effort to actually make the people stream their matches live. And for me, I'd say not really. It is a lot more hype, but again, like he said, you can just watch them through Discord. They need to add some sort of spectator mode or something. Right now, we're just stuck with this boring replay system, and it's way too much effort for the streamer to do this live way. Zelda is both overrated and underrated in the meta. Yeah, like Pika said, Zelda just really be rated though. Yeah, if you're both overrated and you're underrated, that probably means you're properly rated. Yeah, I agree, Zelda is properly rated. Actually, no. And they're stupid too. Isaac is one of the worst designed fighting game characters I've seen in a while, and it's all due to that side B and down B. Say it loud. Rio, no. I kind of disagree with this. I really like how he's designed. With side B, yeah, I would say that you only could control it once. Once you use a direction with it, you should stop being able to control it. But that's not a terrible design per se. That's just one issue I have with the move. And with down B, I have no issue with down B at all. We know where it is. If they're above you, you know it's a risk. I think Isaac's pretty cool as a zoner. He's just way over centralized in those really dumb options. So once he gets a little balance, he's gonna be fine. There are no bad characters in this game. Anyone can dominate with any character. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. I think there are bad characters in this game. Nobody's gonna say Kirby is good. But I do agree that anyone can dominate with any character, but that's mostly because I don't think our scene is that great right now. It's not like we're Melee and we have years and years of experience on this patch. We're playing in an online system and everybody's not that great. Nah, I think people are just they're relegating it to the lower tier players, and I think we're very different at the top and bottom, and we don't have very many top players. So I will say there are bad characters in this game. But can people dominate? They can do well. They can sure do well. Jeremiah, for example, plays Bowser, got pretty high and does consistently well, but you can't dominate the scene with trash characters. It's just how it is. People overrate the Falcon Pichu matchup. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's annoying though. Flash 2 has a better engine than... As someone who plays both, I prefer Flash's engine, but I will not deny that this game is very clunky if you're not super used to it. And do I think that accessibility is what makes a better engine? Maybe. Flash is it's a little clunky, I won't lie. You can get really smooth with it, but Ultimate just feels good. So no, I won't say Flash 2 has a better engine. I think it's a more fun engine. Not a better one though. Uh-oh, nods there. Top players are the biggest hypocrites I've seen in this game's history. They're all constantly crying about each other's mains and beg for their competition's characters to get gutted after every loss. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if this is like an opinion. I feel like it's mostly fact. We just gotta stop being babies and take our losses better. But I don't know if this is a take, more of a pointing out the obvious. I don't know if it's an ego thing, but the thought that maybe you got outplayed never crosses their mind. Like, your main is also top tier. Stop crying. Oh my god. Yeah. We gotta take our L's better. Rayman is top 1. Rayman is not top 1. But yes, Ender's influence. Uh-oh. Rio, what do you have? Frame 2 shield is the most unsatisfying thing ever. If you heard that shield and you get hit anyways, you got robbed. That's true. But I don't have a big problem with it. I mostly just wish they would change the sound effect to frame 2. I do not think we need frame 1 shields, not at all. I prefer having a more aggressive game than a defensive one, so I'll stick with frame 2. Also, the ground movement in this game is straight up more hype than Melee. If players were more creative with it, everyone would agree. I feel like Smash Flash's engine on the ground is just watered down Melee, because pivoting is essentially the same as wave dashing, but less control over it. Both games have hard stop pivots, so, and dash dancing essentially is the same thing, so they're not super different, but Melee just has more options, so. SF2 is genuinely better than every official Smash release, and Zare agrees. It depends on what you want from the game, of course. Like, Brawl has subspace. If you're a casual, Brawl is better than this game. If we're talking solely competitively, Melee's better. I love SF2 and it is my favorite Smash game, but Melee's better. And as far as like defending that point, I don't know, it's cooler. Maybe if this was an official release and we had a really big community, but I don't know. We just don't have that and we can't really compare yet. More from you. Oh, and clips, regardless on who you got them on, are the single worst way to weigh player skill. Ooh, that's fun. It doesn't even work to judge punish game skill. If that's the case, I would be like a top 10 player, no bias. That is something that more people should talk about. I think people agree, and this isn't actually a hot take, but it's something that isn't brought up very often, because anybody can get a nice clip, and you can get a clip on the best player, you can get a clip on the worst player. It's gonna make you look, but it doesn't make you good. It doesn't even work as a judge of punish game. I actually think it does, because it's going to show you how creative the player is, as well as show you a little bit of what the character can do. I think it's pretty solid for giving you a little impression of how they are as a player and what kind of character it is. So I don't know. Chloe just said Tails. It's not a hot take, that's just a character. Simon top 5 and BD beats or goes even with Fox or Falcon. I really don't care about placing characters. Once they're in like the top 15, it's like, I don't care if you think they're the best. I don't care if you think they're the worst. So sure, Simon, top 5, whatever you say. And BD beats or goes even with Fox and Falcon. I like how you didn't say Falco because BD beats Falco. But no, Fox and Falcon kind of body BD. It's not bad for BD though. You can get gimps, you can combo well, but no. Having to rely on reps for a character's viability to shine is the worst way to dictate a character's viability. No one besides like maybe Monty would say Rayman is top tier if I hadn't shown up. I don't think it's the worst way. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Like, go inside the code and be like, actually, this character's frame data is really good. Or should we just play friendlies and be like, oh yeah, my Kirby's beating up Tiller's Link. Let's go. Kirby's actually good. I think looking at reps and the best players of a character is gonna give you a good idea of how good a character is. So it's probably the best way to look at a character's viability. Not the only way though. Oh, peaceful. Yes, Flash can support rollback. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Peaceful God. Like 99% of this comm has so much potential, but have an ass mindset, which holds them back so much. Lloyd doesn't just carry you to be a top player. Like, I would like to see someone pick up Lloyd and get good results in a short amount of time. I don't know if 99% of the community has potential. I'd say a decent amount. Like, people within the top 50, I'd say they all could get really high if they wanted to, but there's stuff like mindset, but there's also real life. There's not motivation. There's a whole bunch of reasons. But yeah, mindset is one of them. So not a bad take. Lloyd doesn't just carry you. Yeah, no character just carries you, but he is one of the easiest characters to get to that high point. So he does sort of carry in that way, but he's not going to carry a new player to the top. I don't know if anybody's saying that. So this game doesn't need new characters. There's already a lot the devs could do to touch up the current ones. Yeah. Clearly, I mean, just look at Melee. They have a small amount of characters. The game still thrives. We don't need new characters, but I do want new characters because it builds hype, brings people back. So I do want new characters. Does it need new characters? No. So I guess he's right there. And a lot the devs could do to touch up the current ones for sure. We got terrible sprites. Some kits are really stupid and don't make much sense. Can we fix Bomberman? Yeah, they should definitely touch up characters, but add new characters for the hype. Ichigo send tweet. AK? No. It's good that the SF2 community isn't that big or mainstream. The more popular we are, the more attention it brings, and the more likely that Nintendo take down the game. Yeah, I think we should just appreciate our little corner of the community, of the entire Smash community, and you know, I want us to get big though. I want us to get to the point where we're getting like 50 people majors, 20 people locals, and then I'm happy. I don't really need us to grow anywhere past that. But as far as the Nintendo thing goes, I'm pretty sure that they can take us down, just they won't because it's a lot of work for them. I've heard that before, that because of the anime characters, they have to deal with those companies, so they don't even bother. I don't think they should take the game down. I think it's an excellent entry point for the series. It's free and it's not perfect. Not that any of the official ones are perfect, but it's a good entry into the scene. So they shouldn't take it down. I don't even have a hot take. I just want Bomberman to get a moveset overall and a resprite. Isn't that what I just said? Yes, Bomberman's moveset is so boring. Resprite? Sure. Hell, give him everything. This character is so... I love Bomberman, but he's so boring in this game. So, yeah. This is not a hot take. Why would anybody not want this in the game? Even if you're not going to use it, it's just more stuff, more options. And if they got stuff like Smash 4 did, maybe Beto becomes a tech. Like, I want Tilt Stick. I use it in Ultimate, and I'd probably use it here. Oh my. All these down players. Oh my gosh. Simon isn't top tier. Depends on what your definition of top tier is. You think he's top 5? Maybe, maybe not. He's probably in the top 15. Is that top tier? I don't know. Vague. Goku, high tier. Sure. Don't care. No character is unusable to win at top level. Players just don't realize that making it seem realistic is part of putting in the work. I think I mentioned this before. I don't think our community is that good that it's making characters unviable. So sure, you can win against top players. Are you going to win consistently? Are you going to win more consistently if you picked up a top tier? Probably not. Link and ZSS get overrated due to the recent-ish rep. No, they're good characters. They're good characters. No. Well, you think they should go like below the top 10? No, they're not overrated. And a hater take for fun, Sora is the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse character people think Lloyd is. Well, he is friends with the Mickey Mouse, so sure, I agree. The community's new mentality of feeling like figures should be obligated to do something for it, content tournaments, etc., friggin' sucks. Seeing weeklies with low numbers is sad, and seeing people try to constantly use it to blame game like a domino effect doesn't make it better. If anybody's blaming like anybody for not making content, people have lives. That should be the end of it. People aren't obligated to do anything. They're not getting paid. They're not doing anything. It's out of passion. So if anybody is blaming anybody, yeah, that's not okay. IF2 tilt stick really isn't that good and won't make much of a difference if added. It's a comfortability thing. What? And we don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make, because the way tilt stick worked in Smash 4 compared to Ultimate, completely different, and added completely different text. Like Beto became a thing in Smash 4, and you could do like sliding tilts in Ultimate, which is very big actually. So we have no idea if it'll make a difference or not. If anything, it's just gonna be more comfortable for people. This community will never make it anywhere currently. Pika has described for the NA, but in smaller regions, it's even worse within 1 week long tours and 6 months between them. I'm not too deeply entrenched with the non-NA scene, but if they want it to grow, they gotta put in that effort themselves. And I do wish I seen more of it from people outside of NA. But the Pika tweet, we'll get to that. Yeah, there's some things that are stunning our growth, but we can't do much about it. I don't think we need to make it anywhere. I think we just slightly grow and then stay there. I'm fine with that. I don't want us to be Ultimate. I don't think we need to be at Evo. It's fine. Okay, let's just go through quicker. Tika is the most fun character in the game. Opinion, sure. I think she is, but others might not. Kamehameha is useful sometimes. Yeah, it is useful sometimes. Honestly, Black Mage is a top 5 character in terms of kit. He has the perfect stats, great zoning, and close-up tools, and the best recovery in the game. I do think he's underrated. I think he could be top 5. He has some really dumb things, and he's still unexplored. But if there's one thing we can say, Mark has proved that this character is busted, so. Sonic would be much better and more represented character if a majority of events weren't online. He's actually too fast at both ground and air. I used to agree. When art was the best Sonic, I was definitely on this wave of Sonic could be even better, but do completely switch that. This character, very difficult to use, but do manage to do it online, so more people could. SF2 is far more fun to play and watch than any official Smash game. Opinion, sure. Ness is mad unappreciated in this game. I hope that he gets buffed, sure. SF2 Ganondorf is the only version of Ganondorf that is fun to play. I understand that they're takes, but they're more like, how do I argue this? Like, I think that Ultimate Ganon's more fun because I think he's more dumb. But if you think that this Ganon is more fun, then sure. It's not a hot take, it's just a take. The current top players all play lame, except for Tiller. You're not familiar with the scene, Miracle. You're an old head. Stop trash talking. We still need to look at the quote tweets. And the Pika tweet, I'm not gonna go deep in this. Pika has let's just look for real quick. Goes in deep about like problems in the community, and some valid points, some not. You can look at it yourself. Yeah, some stuff like the game doesn't do well because we don't have content creators, and yeah, that's just the case. We can't do much about it. And I don't know, there's some bad take. Well, I'm not gonna go into it. I don't think it's possible to consistently win with every character. I see a lot of people say that it is, and I just don't believe that. I'm happy that Charlie said consistently. That is, with Kirby, for example, you can beat a top player, sure, but are you gonna consistently win? Nah. Yes, Rio drew this. Yes, follow Rio. It's still dog water from the last time I played it. What a waste of potential. If you're out of the community, Mac, leave. Like, you're already out. Stop trash talking. I think the game's fun. I think the game's fine. So no, not a waste of potential. And then Pixel. Is that the last? Thank God it's not the last one. This game legit has the worst community I've seen in any fighting game ever. Blah, blah, blah. Pixel did racist stuff. We did not approve of that, and he's trying to defend it, and he's wrong. So we'll stay away from that. And now last, the game really isn't all that good. Like, we have the option of emulation. If you really wanted to play Smash, why not just emulate one of those games? It's because this game is not those games. It's as simple as that. I play this game for completely different reasons than why I play Melee, and completely different reasons for why I play Ultimate. Completely different games, different appeal. So yeah, that's why. But we are finally done. Oh my gosh, I don't know how long that's gonna be. Some pretty good takes, some pretty hot takes, some wrong takes, some correct takes, but overall this was pretty fun. So I'm just happy that people actually wanted to like participate in this, and we can communicate as a community. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. We should do this more, right guys? But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for participating, and have a good day.